we're back. What's good, y'all? We're here for another review video. Y'all know I love me some review videos, especially for anime. Today we are going to review My Hero Academia Season 6, Core 1, the first 13 episodes. Let's get right to it. My Hero Academia Season 6 Core 1 started off with a bang. I love how it just went straight into the action and did not waste any time, especially with how underwhelming Season 5 was. I was kind of like, it's gonna have to do a little bit to get me back on the, I love my hero train. Well, I still do regardless of how, disappointing Season 5 was, but yeah, it started off with a bang. I loved the action from the heroes raiding both areas, the hospital and the entire villain base, and just Mirko starting off the season with Mirko was like one of the best decisions they could have made. And with how well animated those action shots were, I was like, okay, yeah, this is an entirely different story, different arc. They started it off perfectly, as you should, with great animation, and with a great character, a character who's fearless, not fearless. She probably still has to pay bills in the My Hero Academia world, but she's fearless, she's tenacious, and she just is extremely physical. Like, she embodies what a hero would be, a very, very strong character, both in will and in just her physique. Like, she's so good, she's so goated. Mirko is her. She is one of the highlights for me, at least for this season, regardless of how many episodes she got like maybe 3-4 episodes, but I loved each and every one, and all of her signature moves were fire. Respect to Mirko. She was one of the biggest highlights of this series, at least this season. When it comes to the openings and endings, I always like to critique those because they get me in the mood to watch the show. And it's not always gonna completely, affect how I feel about the show, but the specific ending song for this season was a lot better than the opening. I didn't really vibe with the opening that much. Only thing I vibed with on the opening was the visuals and the art style. It made me want my hero to be animated all in that art style. Like, it was so clean, it was comic-like, it was like really bold and really in your face, and all the lighting was like really, really nice. And like, I just wish, it would be so cool if we got either a My Hero movie or project in that animation style. Opening was flawless in that regard. The song I didn't really vibe with, but the song for the ending song I really, really enjoyed. As for the characters, I really would have liked to see a lot more side character moments like they did with Kaminari, and I feel like it kind of got bunched together, maybe for where Horikoshi wanted to take the story. He didn't have every hero have their separate moment. He kind of like grouped them all up to have their big moment with Gigantomachia. But like with Kaminari, I kind of like how they like separated a little bit, like separated him and focused on his individual moment, his inner thoughts. And it would have been nice to get that for everybody else, because I was like, yo, I actually mess with Kaminari now after that moment. Animation definitely could have been better, but it was much better than Season 5. That's saying something. I don't know what Season 5 was. It definitely was like a transition season, but the animation, it impressed me in regards to comparing it to Season 5. Again, it could have been better, but I'm not like complaining. I'm not saying it was terrible. It was actually really good, really, really solid in some moments, and pretty normal in the other moments. But they nailed a lot of the big moments in this part of the season. Spoiler alert. I mean, with these reviews, I kind of have to do spoilers because I'm reviewing what I saw. I was really upset at death because I didn't think that would kill. Still don't really have like a solid explanation for it from where I'm watching right now in the second part of the core, the second core, sorry. Maybe he gets killed while she's down, because I remember the heroes, or no, I remember the villains running towards her. There were like 3 or 4 villains running towards her. She's all beaten up on the ground, so maybe she just couldn't hold her own. She got jumped by a whole bunch of villains, which is kind of sad. It kind of sucks, but I wish we got the explanation for it, because if she really just did die because of the debris, it's kind of disappointing. It's not fair. It's not fair. Life isn't fair. Class 1A versus Gigantomachia was really cool, but like I said, it felt like he grouped all of them together to have all their moments kind of in that, to, you know, like knock them out kind of thing, because he like wanted the balance to have all their growth like showcased, but he didn't have the time to like pick off every hero, kind of like a tuning exam where you 1v1 each other. I kind of see where he's coming from, but again, I like the individual moments. Shigaraki is a bad man. He's so evil that it makes me like him. I don't know if that's like good. I don't know if that's like I don't even know how to explain it, but with how devious and powerful and just how much destruction Shigaraki wants to cause, it made me like him. Like, I found myself smiling a whole bunch of times whenever he was on screen. I don't know if it was the My Villain Academia arc in the manga that made me like him a lot more, but he's just bad, and he really just wants to destroy things in his own way just because it makes him feel good. I remember he described it as an itch, like he always has the itch for kind of like destroying. This is the highlight for me of this court, was Dabi's dance, the whole reveal. I thought it was honestly better than Deku versus Shigaraki. Like, don't get me wrong, that was fire. Like, I really like Deku versus Shigaraki. Again, animation probably could have been, they could have added a little more dynamic parts to it to make it more interesting, but for the most part, they did what they had to do panel by panel. They did, you know, they executed, but Dabi's dance was different. It just felt menacing. It was such a bombshell, you know. Endeavor can't even like move because it was such a bombshell to him. I felt like Endeavor the whole time. Like, I was like, not that I was completely dumbfounded by it, because I did have my suspicions from like season 2 and all that. I was like, he has fire. So like, I kind of knew, but like, I was so intrigued and engaged when Dabi's dance came on, with everyone's reactions, Deku's, and he announced it to the world, had his little dance, had his little Joker moment. It was just so awesome to see, and he capped it off with doing one of Endeavor's signature moves, and that was just beautifully done. Thank you, Bones. I already put it on one of my best moments on the anime top 10 anime moments. Go check it out if you haven't checked it out yet. Top 10 anime moments of 2022. And honestly, seeing Endeavor's signature moves are always really nice, because Bones will always execute beyond what you probably see in the manga, with his flames, with how much emotion he puts into his power, and how well the animation is for his fire. It's just so sick. I can't believe that came back. Honestly, I didn't expect that. That was also kind of a little bit of a bombshell, was when he was inside Shigaraki and he actually takes him over, and I'm like, I don't really know how that works. But yeah, that's not good, because now he has this whole arsenal of quirks that Shigaraki compiled together, and since Shigaraki didn't really know how to use them, now he does. So it's really dangerous for the villain, or for the heroes, and it just looks like it's getting real bad. They're gonna have to bounce back somehow. Can't believe that happened. I do believe the art should have had darker tones in the environment, specifically the blue sky. I know it's very nitpicky, and it's not a lot to say that this season is trash, but it honestly, for me, it feels more engaging when you match the tones of the series in the environment, if that makes sense. If you're having an all-out war with Titans, like in Attack on Titan, I want the sky to look dreadful. I want it to look either gray, brown, red. I want the sky to be stained with blood. Like, I'm just spoiled. What can I say? Like, I hate that people are making it such a big deal online, but honestly, I get it. Not making a big deal out of it, but I get it as a criticism point. Like, I'm honestly grateful that Bones is animating it, because they're a great studio, It's just, it takes you out of the moments a little bit, but I'm not complaining. It didn't ruin the series for me or anything. I expect Cour 2 to be better than Cour 1, because Cour 1 had a lot of great stuff, but it also is leading to a lot of good stuff to come from what it's dropping hints at. So I'm really excited. Currently, as I drop this video, I am watching Cour 2, so when that finishes up, you'll get the Cour 2 review as well. But I'm having a blast with it. It's so good seeing Deku in rage for one of the first times where he's actually almost near death probably, and literally almost like exploding from emotion because of how these battles have turned out against Shigaraki. So I'm gonna give Cour 1 for My Hero Academia Season 6 an 8.5 out of 10. And I just think it's trending in the right direction after Season 5, because that was bad. In my opinion. But yeah, 8.5, trending in the right direction. I do expect Cour 2 to be better, and I can't wait to be back to talk Cour 2 My Hero Season 6 with you guys. This has been World Paz with your latest on anime recommendations, reviews, reactions. We got it all here. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope y'all get enough rest, eat enough throughout the day, drink enough water, take care of your hygiene, because you can't spread your positive energy without first taking care of yourself. Then we can spread it toward everybody else. Hope y'all have a great night, great day whenever you're watching it. With that, I'm a peace out. See y'all.